There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. No, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name. Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino Is the Name, and in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about how much money you can make as an accountant, or at least average salaries. Really, no, we're gonna go deeper than that, because this video is actually a response to a question or a comment that I saw on one of my videos, all right? So I did a previous video where I talked about accountant salaries, and I'm pretty sure that I used a number about 114,000 or so, and I'm pretty sure I used that number because that number stems from a website that basically reports some accountant salaries from the federal government, all right? Which, believe it or not, the federal government is not the highest paying sector for accountants. Private sector, there are accountants who make much, much more than government accountants. But I use the government accounting salary because the government is the #1 employer in the world, right? Well, at least in the United States. They employ more people here. When you look at local, state, federal, when you look at all levels, the government pretty much employs more than anybody else, okay? There's no private company that employs, from my knowledge, anywhere close to the amount of people that the United States government employs, or different governments in the United States employ. So I wanted to use the largest employer to base my numbers off of, right? It makes sense, since you'll probably stand the greatest opportunity with getting a position with just about any job with the government, since they hire for pretty much just about everything, okay? But the salaries do not usually rival those on the civilian side, right? There are accountants working for big four accounting firms making $450,000 a year to $3 million a year, or so on and so forth. And so these salaries working for the government, you're not going to make that much. I believe in the year that I saw last, in 2018, the highest paid accountant made like $282,000. Now, that's still a lot of money, right? But the average salary, according to, matter of fact, I'm going to let you guys do this. If you get on your phone and you type in accounting salary federal government, okay? If you type that in Google, all right, do not go to ZipRecruiter, okay? That is not an accurate assessment of how much accountants make. Definitely not for the federal government. ZipRecruiter says the average, federal accounting salary average is $81,957. And I am telling you that is not accurate, okay? Now, if you go down to federal, you'll go to, keep scrolling down, because ZipRecruiter, on my phone at least, is the first one that pops up, right? And it says, and then after that is Glassdoor. Don't go there either. That's basically recruiters, just like ZipRecruiter. Well, I don't even know if I don't know if Glassdoor is a recruiter, but it's people are reporting their salaries personally. That is still not an accurate assessment. I never reported my salary on here, so you might be getting, I don't know who's reporting their salary on there. I haven't met anyone who reported their salary on there. But that wouldn't be an accurate assessment. If you go to federalpay.org, and you can see, you probably can't see it, but no, you can't see it. All right, but scroll down to where it says federalpay.org, right? Federalpay.org supposedly pulls information, I guess, directly from the government, and they report that information because the information is public information. pretty much almost anything in government is just about public information. So federal salaries are public information. They have the pay chart listed and everything like that. The jobs are posted publicly. The salaries are posted publicly as far as the pay scale and everything. So on here, it says federalpay.org accountant. Click on that link. I'm going to click on it myself. And it says pay rates, and this is based off 2018. I guess they haven't reported in a while, but based on 2018, with it being 2021 right now, salaries should be higher, which they are because of cost of living adjustments and things like that. But pay rates for accountants were $114,553.41 on average. Average, okay? Now, this is not the lowest paid, and this is not the highest paid. Are there accountants on this list who might have made $40,000, possibly $45,000, $50,000, possibly in the beginning part of their career? And now, first, let me go back. Let me go back and read this statement. So the statement says, I'm not sure where you're getting this info from. Starting range, depending on the city for sure, will be under 100K. I'm not arguing that. Accountants are part of a cost department, and depending on the field, they don't make a lot. They don't make, okay, there's some grammatical errors here, make a lot of money, basically. It would be nice if you spoke on new accountant salary, not years of experience. The hype is not all that being an accountant will lead you to great careers, but initially, they absolutely don't make lots of money. And I unfortunately have to, depends on what you consider a lot of money, but I have to disagree with you. So true, there are some truths in this statement. So true, accountant salaries don't usually start over 100,000. I never said that. I said average accountant salary is about 114,000 based on the largest employer in the world. Now, there are people making 280 something thousand, and I don't know what you consider lots of money, but there are some people making 280,000, 240,000, 260,000. There are people who are making those numbers, and then there are people who are at the beginning of their career and they're making 46,000, 47,000 in the first year. Okay? Now, let me go back to what I was trying to say. True. You do not start out making $100,000 typically, right? But let's just say you work for the federal government or whatever, and you were in a position that was 7, 9, 11, 12. So you would start as a GS7 and go to a GS12, and then you have opportunities to look for other jobs to get to a 13, 14, 15. There are positions in the federal government that are 7, 9, 11, 12, 13s, right? So 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, you can potentially go from a GS7 to a GS13 over 4 years. So 7, you start as a 7, 9, 11, 12, 13 in about a 4-year time frame. Now, depending on the city you're in, that could be a salary range of 48,000 to 98,000 in a 4-year time frame. So if you're 22 years old, coming out of college, you get your first job working, say, with the government as a 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, which some positions can take you directly to 13 or to 12 or to 11, whatever it is. But you can move up every year. So every year you go from a 7 to a 9, then to an 11, to a 12, and then to a 13, depending on your performance and things like that. And, you know, it's other factors. So it's not guaranteed that you're going to move up, but many people do. And there is a chance that you could go from a 7 to a 13 over a 4-year time frame. It's possible. So if you can go from making 40-something thousand to 90-something thousand over a 4-year time frame, then we're talking like almost a $50-some thousand raise. And if you're able to do that, true, yes, you did not start out making a crazy amount of money at 22 years old, but by the time you're 26, you can be making almost 100,000. right? And I definitely know people 28, 29 years old who make 102 with just working for the federal government, okay? As accountants and auditors or whatever. So, like there is some misconceptions here. Oh, AC unit coming on. But there are some misconceptions here, and I don't know what what this person was looking at or anything, but the information that I'm providing is out there. You can get on USA Jobs and look at positions that will take you to whatever amount. Say GS13 could go from 97,000 or 99,000 or something like that to 120 something thousand. So you can go from 7, 9, 11, 12, 13 and ride that position to well over 120 something thousand, right? So these things are available. It is out there. Do not let people discourage you. And, I can provide facts, right? I can provide proof. There are positions out there in accounting. And no, you may not start out making 80,000 your first year, but you progress with experience rather rapidly. The reason why I mainly push accounting and I push nursing on people. If you're undecided, I would always suggest either nursing or accounting. The reason why is because nursing is a 2-year degree where you can become a registered nurse in 2 years, so long as you got the prerequisites, I guess. But in about 2.5 years, instead of having to get a 4-year degree, you can become a registered nurse with just an associate's degree. And, one student that I know graduated and was making $11,000 a year, and she went from $11,000 a year to getting her first nursing job, where she was working as a tech making $11,000 a year, and she got her first nursing job making over 60 something thousand a year. No, 70 something thousand a year. She had a $60,000 raise with her first job as a nurse, and to do that with only an associate's degree. You don't have to have a bachelor's degree to do this, right? It's huge. And as a matter of fact, I believe she just got another job within her first year working. She just got a second position, and her second position is going to be paying her about 83 or 85,000. So to go from 11,000, a 70 something $1,000 raise within the first year, that's crazy, with just an associate's degree. She's not doing travel nursing yet or anything like that, because I think you got to have a year before you can do that kind of stuff. But she's already way up there. And so accounting is the second one, because if you're like me, I don't ever want to touch patients. That just ain't my thing. All right? I just want to be that close to people like that. So for me to get a 4-year degree and not have to go get a CPA or some other kind of certification, or CIA or CGFM or CDFM or CMA, I don't actually have to get another certification, but it's possible. But for you to still do that, but I don't have to get a certification. I can just go to work with my bachelor's degree, and there are positions that will hire me with just my degree. If you go to almost anything else, say like IT, right? You go get a computer science or IT degree or something, they usually still want you to have some kind of certification, whether or not it's A+. And I'm not saying that the certifications are difficult, but they usually want you to be Cisco certified or some kind of certification before you can even get a job. And a lot of them even still want you to have experience before they give you an entry-level position. With accounting, you're able to get into an entry-level position with just your degree. But with other kind of career fields, they sometimes, a lot of times, require you or want you to have experience before you can even get an entry-level position, which you would think the entry-level position is where I'm going to get the experience from. But that's not usually how it goes. And, of course, working in the financial sector, you have billionaires who have accounting degrees. It's still a field where you can push it to the limits of whatever you want to do. Don't don't get. I know it's some. I've met one accountant who was not happy. She had an accounting degree. Well, I met two people. One guy, he has an accounting degree, but he wasn't using it. He was working in like HR or something like that, and he doesn't fully understand his degree. I don't even know why he went to school for it, but he has his degree, and I've been talking to him like, "Yo, what are you doing? Why are you doing that?" And so he's kind of learning more information about it, but I think he got his degree a long time ago, and maybe he had some bad information, but it made him really discouraged, and he just kind of didn't go into the field. And so then I met a lady who works in the field, but wherever she's working, she is not, I don't know where she's working. I think she works for some kind of school, but she does not see the true value. I don't know. She doesn't fully see what she's capable of with her degree. And so I was supposed to sit down with her and her people or whatever and kind of like go over like the career possibilities or whatever that she has. But she has a degree and she's working in industry, but it's like she's working so much she doesn't even look outside because she's so exhausted or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, but of course, you have some good and you have some bad. But she also won't leave the field or leave her job for another job because it does pay, I guess, well. She just doesn't know all of the things that she can do. Maybe that's what it was. I think that's what it was. She won't leave her position, but her position is not her desired position, I guess, but it pays well, so she can't leave it just to go do something else because nothing else really pays that she's looking into outside of accounting. So, yeah. Anyway, right now, you're watching Casino is the Name, and if you find any value in this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. We out. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now, you're watching Casino is the Name, and if you wanted to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. The link will be in the description below. Go get that. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty. Me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the streets. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live, wanna rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap.
Say you want to be successful. Well, what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I called the Bus and Basic Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the Name.